Welcome back to Bougie TV. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Listen, we're going to watch an interview about Nathan Haymer. And I only seen it once, but I didn't really get to do a full analysis on it. But I'm just curious now. Let's get into it.
Intro. Before we get started, 1 year after being terminated as director of bands at Southern University and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I began to share my story and experiences with my family, friends, and a trusted mentor. Along with my desire to write a book highlighting my journey as a band director, I wanted to emphasize everything about my career other than a band director's formal or trained duties. In other words, band beyond the music or behind the scenes, which are the things that people do not know or see. Because I was still going through the legal battle of my life and arguably the biggest scandal that rocked the university, I decided it was best to wait until a resolution of the matter. Unfortunately, the legal battle ended with a sentence of 13 months in federal prison. The unfortunate sentence to federal prison provided a golden opportunity to turn a negative situation into a positive one by investing much needed time and attention to gathering my thoughts around the facts, successes, scandals, and fallouts that shaped my unique, high energy, and wild career. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Nathan Haymer.
That's me. Hearing that intro took me somewhere, though. I felt like I was in the courtroom. I remember what that felt like sitting there and the judge just reading you for filth.
Mm.
And then hearing your mother, I couldn't turn around and face her, but hearing her behind me, the family was there. He was there.
Tell everybody who he is, or unless he wants to introduce himself.
I'm gonna introduce him. He was there. It wasn't too many people there. That's how I remember. It's just, to be celebrated as this great guy. When you go down, pretty much it was no fanfare. I mean, it was just by yourself. So that intro took me back to that. But it's been a wild ride. It's been a wild ride, but I wouldn't change it for anything in the world. By the way, who I have as the first guest on the Juke podcast is none other than Mr. Brian Simmons, former assistant director of bands at Southern, who's now the director of the Texas Southern University Ocean of Soul. And he's known all over the band community. He really don't need no introduction, but he's here to give the unique perspective because he was my assistant, my right-hand man. If you know my era, most of the banging songs came from him. When I asked him to do something, I didn't have to really worry about it. He had his own voice, his own way of doing things, his own unique approach. But he could also tell you about the situations that I used to put him in that made him kind of uncomfortable. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm here, son.
Absolutely. And we have one other guest. I'll allow her to start before we hop into this episode 1.
Of course. My name is Elizabeth Anumale. Recently married. It used to be Elizabeth Johnson. I got married in January. And I am a proud graduate of the Southern University and A&M College in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I am just happy to be here with both of you.
We both read the book. It's an awesome book.
I think I bought it when it first came out. Like I remember we were literally at the Thanksgiving table and I said, oh my God, Nathan wrote a book. Haymer wrote a book.
It took the band world by storm and it came out right before, it came out the day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Yeah.
So the day of, it's Bayou Classic weekend. And a lot of people think that, Haymer, this marketing genius, he plotted this during the Bayou Classic. And as much as I would like to take credit for that, I didn't. That's just when it was ready. The book was ready long before then, to tell the truth. But just to go through the editing process and everything, and they just said, it's a go. I wasn't going to wait. Let's go.
I didn't find out about it till maybe a couple of days before that. I don't know if you remember that phone call.
Oh, yeah.
We had a phone call on a Sunday. And he was just like, the book is done.
Bring my thing down.
Okay. All right. And I was like, okay, tell me some stuff. He was like, yes, I got a little bit of this, and I got a little bit of that, and I got a little bit of this, and he kind of asked me how I felt about it. And ultimately, I didn't really agree with saying so much of stuff that happened with that band because of just my ties and affiliation and my philosophy behind it. But I realized it wasn't my story to tell.
Yeah.
So with that, I was like, do your thing, bro.
Yeah.
And then Juked hit.
Yeah.
Everybody's going crazy.
Who the hell he think he is?
First corner.
How dare you? Hey, you said
I'm not gonna lie to you. Before we even get further in this interview, I think this man was set up. I think he was set up, and I think that people that's been in the office at Southern University, they set that man up. They did. See, you gotta listen. You gotta read between the lines, though. If you know a band director is popping, most up higher up, they like, oh, okay, and it's a lot of jealousy that goes on in the world, and I think it was jealousy. I'm not always right, but in this situation, I think it has to do with somebody being jealous and didn't like him because he's been there for so long, and they didn't like the way that he carried himself. See, a lot of people have light in them. He has a light in them, so of course people are gonna be jealous of him, which I understand. But they did this man so wrong, bro.
at the best. What you say? I was supposed to just go somewhere
And die.
and die. Go to corner. I say just crawl on the rock and die. But that's not me. That's not my DNA. And the purpose is bigger. It's about leadership, and I want people to know they're not alone. Like we feel like we're alone. We prideful. You know, you're successful. You want people like the world see you how you want them to see you. When you're on top, you don't know what they really see.
Wow.
Like I don't. He could tell you what. Mr. Simmons could tell you what he saw. But I know when I put on my suit, the cologne, and I'm walking and waving, this is the front. But on the inside, I was dying. Like to keep that band afloat, I always use the analogy of a duck. The duck go across the water smooth. But if you look at and underneath, that's us. Inside, presentation. We together. Taking a picture.
Crease in the pants.
It's crazy, man. And I realized that I operate best under chaos. For some reason. It's just like we have enough time today. Okay, here come the big game. We got a week. Stuff not together, and all of a sudden, here come the crazy, insane version of me coming out, and everybody just going in their corners. I don't know whether they like it or not, because nobody ain't gonna tell me nothing. So I don't know whether they like it or not. I kind of felt the vibes, especially off one person, but you gonna do it anyway. Do it. And it ended up working out. But why do we have to go through all of that? It's just insane, but that's how I operate.
But I feel like, so my daddy was a band director. He taught middle school, high school. My uncle, retired band director. Most of my cousins, I have 2 cousins that were in the band at Southern. But isn't that like and then my little brother was in the band at TSU. Like, I feel like that's the story of HBCU bands, kind of. It's a little chaotic. Like, I would see my little brother and my cousins at practice, and it would just be crazy. And then, but when they get on the field, it's like perfect. Like everything's kind of seamless.
I think that's the story of a good musician. Because to make your art great, it takes just all the emotions. You can't be happy all the time. Nobody want to hold hands and sing, kumbaya. No, we need some Mary J. Blige. Like, how dare you? You dirty mother. But within that pain, that tension comes a lot. I've been hurt a lot in this industry. And I've hurt a lot of people too. I ain't finna sit here and act like I'm just this big victim. I was the villain too. In this industry, you got to be both. Like I remember how it felt to be hurt, so I took that on and started hurting other people. And it forces,
Even if not intentionally.
Even if not intentional. The persona, the lights, the camera, the action, and you just turn into somebody. It develops into a character that you're not. It started the character who you are with a little edge, and then it just started growing into like, how did I become this used car salesman?
The used car salesman, I used to laugh when you always said that. The used car salesman came from like your inability to say no.
No is a magic word too.
Like it's a sentence. It's a
magic word. It's a sentence. It's all of that, but it's a trap door. No comes with consequence.
Yeah.
Yes comes with smiles.
Right.
And as long as you keep telling people yes and getting them smiles, they don't know where your yes coming from. They don't know if you enjoying it. They don't know if you really supporting it, or they don't even know if like you know who to play with and who not to play with. But as long as you keep giving me what I want, I'm gonna keep taking it. So you doing that, keep saying yes, sure, yeah, we're gonna, yeah, sure, yeah.
Add it to the calendar,
And then it just start coming.
But watch this. The insanity came on the other side of for all of what you was giving them. The insanity came on for what all of you was giving them. They weren't giving them back.
Yeah.
And so
give. And
Yeah,
it's just
true.
taking.
Because we was playing the game
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning because we needed what we needed, which was a lot of stuff. But we was always there, and we didn't get half of what we was promised. I mean, when I say half, that's a lie. We didn't get nothing. We didn't get 25%. So, I mean, I'm being a little offensive right now. A $2 hoe, she can walk out the room and say, I got $2. But with me, you didn't even give me that. So what I walk around, you just slayed me. Hey, and I say me, not me, the program. Not me, the program. So there came a time where I said, okay, I'm going to develop a strategy where I could say, man, forget them. I'm going to go do this on my own. I promised the freshmen in 2014, that was my first class, craft class, that when they graduate, by the time they graduate, we'll have all new instruments and a bigger scholarship package. I promised that. I said that boldly, but on the inside, I'm like, how you gonna make that happen? Like, by the time they were seniors, it happened. But at what cost? By the time they became seniors, it happened, and I was out the door. I came in with them, and I left with them. Well, the ones that graduated, you know, some of y'all still there.
Shade. That's crazy.
Oh, I would hope
I'm
not.
joking.
Oh, Lord.
They know it's all good.
So Juked is the name of the book. Where does Juked come from? Originally, I thought it was because Southern University's human jukebox, but then I understand there's an athletic term that means juked as well. So where did that come from?
It's a play on words. Juke. We call ourselves the Juke. I'm a Juke. Brian's a Juke. If that's a person, if you're a member of the band, that's a new concept too.
We're all Jukes now.
Yeah, but we're all Jukes. So a person is a Juke if you're a part of the band. Juke means to be. The original name of the book was actually called Scapegoated, with goat written in all caps and scape and all that. It was supposed to be, but you know, but it was just too much.
Yeah.
So Scapegoated ended up developing to Juke. It's simple. Like we jukes, and I was juked. So,
That's true.
And to tell the truth, that's the truth. But the real reason why, how can I piss off the most people in Southern community? That's the truth. And they knew that. But I had to give the backstory too. That's some truth, but the real truth, I want to piss them off. Why, bro? I want to punch him in the face.
To that end, one of the things that stood out
That's just what I do.
Without giving any spoilers, because we don't want to give spoilers, we want people to go and buy Juke. One of the things that stood out to me, you described points in the book where you didn't play the politics that you were supposed to. You were damn good as a band director, but as head band director at a university, there's a political part of your job that you just were not willing to play. If you could do it all over again, would you have done?
They wanted that man to be escaped. They wanted that man to literally be a pawn, and nobody's talking about it. Like, can we talk about that real quick? They wanted Nathan Haymer to be a pawn. They tried to use this man because of the image that he brought, use this man of the credibility that he had, and try to take advantage of him. Let's be honest with you. I didn't especially when you've been at a university for almost more than 20 years. They don't want to keep seeing you. They want to put somebody else in charge. And I think that's what the case was. They wanted somebody else to take lead other than him. Get what I'm saying? So it's all jealousy, bro.
Done it any differently?
No. Knowing what I know now, no, I wouldn't have. As far as the politics, as far as what got me in trouble, yes, I wouldn't do none of that. I would have just let it fall apart, because what would have happened We didn't have no more instruments, no more uniforms. The stuff was falling apart.
Yeah.
And as a director, I could have just let it fall apart and let the alumni just take over. I actually tried that approach. If you type in YouTube, a message from Nathan Haymer, 2014.
Yep, I remember
those
that.
words exactly. You will see me in the band hall.
room.
Yep,
with the
I remember that
instruments.
video.
It's like, we gotta do better. And after I saw myself a year later begging people, man, I had never do that again.
Nope.
I got another way. I'm gonna do it my way. So I tried that way, but I'm gonna do it my way. So that was the politics. You just get tired of that. Like Brian said, yes, 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 yes. Got you nothing. And you just take all that in. Now I'm starting to explode. Y'all got me all messed up. I done played your game. I done played at your wife's school. And you got the band there. Nigga, you should have had a middle school or high school. You know who you are. I done played at your wife's school. They got him all out on Fridays because if you were familiar with Southern at that time, we didn't have, it was a 4-day week. We didn't have class on Fridays. So Friday was a free day. We practiced a lot, but Brian on the bus going to Lafayette, going to Lake Charles, going to
Montgomery.
Alabama, everywhere on a Pathway to Prominence tour. That's the so they know. Which brought us no pathway to prominence. Which brought us nothing. We was used. So when you get tired of that, and I know how he feel. I've been an assistant before. You don't think I was. Man, Mr. J got me messed up. And I'm just in the room. Man, that's it. And then Mr. J coming, hey, Mr. J.
Right.
I know it was that. I know.
You know, for me, honestly, bro, he'll probably be shocked by my answer, but nah.
Wow.
Like, where I was. Like I'm
gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave it. It was not from you. It was, but I felt you felt, and if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I felt you had to be the voice of reason in the room, the peacekeeper in a situation, regardless of what side you were on.
Yeah.
You could see what Haymer wrong in this situation, but I'm still gonna keep the peace.
Yeah.
Because somebody else is just like doing the stuff. So you got to be in the middle.
And then I realized, I started realizing in my position, in my role, one, I was grateful for what I was doing. You know, I was very appreciative to be able to make music and be free and just be able to express myself in that way. I was appreciative for you to be able to see that talent. That being said, like, whatever you needed me to do on that job was nothing to think about. Never. There was never an emotion to anything you asked me to do. You could have asked me to write Crank That Soldier Boy, and I'd have been like, you. And it would have just been that. Like, but however, I still have a brain. So I still, there'd be sometimes you'll bring some stuff to me, and I'm just like, that don't make no sense. And I don't know why you letting this go down like this. But and it was more that. I don't know why I'm on a bus going to Alabama. I don't know why you said yes to that.
The day before the game.
Yeah, but that's not my decision. Those are not my questions to ask.
And it didn't make no sense.
Yeah.
Exactly how you said, that's how I felt. But I couldn't tell my boss no.
Yeah.
That was my direct supervisor. That was the final straw that broke the camel back with him, though.
But why do you feel that you couldn't tell him no?
I told him no one time, and it was a feud after that. When you dealing with a true narcissist, people accuse me of being a narcissist. I play a role just to get the respect and get people out my face. But when you're dealing with a true narcissist, you tell him no one time, you can give him 1,000 yes. You tell him no one time.
That's
It was
You in the room when I said
was
no.
how it
I'll
happened.
let you say it.
It was how it happened. Like, we was all in the office, and we was having a conversation, and it was about the band going to perform at some little thing they had
Freshman
on campus.
convocation.
But we were still trying to get students to, like, move into housing. And so the person in question we're talking about showed up to the office while we was in there. Wow. So it's the assistants hanging behind it. So I'm just like, see how this dynamic play out for real. Like, I be knowing what you be saying. Like, you be saying. But like, let's see if you say it in front of him. Like, and so he and then like, so y'all are not gonna show up? I'm like, he was like, no. Wow. So that's it. Yeah.
Well, I tried to excuse them from the office so I could really talk to him. He didn't want to talk to me. No, they could stay.
It was too late, bro.
They could stay.
It was too late. You know how that office work? I got quiet because how the office work. When we talking too loud, you can hear under that door in the hallway. That dude knew what was up. I knew that. I knew his demeanor when he walked in that door. I was like, he heard what was going on in here.
I don't think that was why he came in. He knew the demeanor before
he
that.
was that ain't why he came in there. He heard it when he was coming in there.
Right. So to put it in context, the freshmen come on campus the week before the upperclassmen. So this is freshman week, August, first week of August. Then the upperclassmen come on that Sunday for the second week. So we were on a Sunday. Upperclassmen were checking in. They wouldn't let them check into their dorms because they said the scholarship wouldn't post. It was different reasons why. But you know how registration is at HBCU.
Yep, horrible.
We was straightening all that out.
A&T's one of the worst. My alma mater, horrible.
Now, you won't let my upperclassmen check in. I got the parents right there. This is the week before school. They have nowhere to stay. Parents, they here for band, so all they know is me. I can't check in, but you want me to go perform over here, and you're the vice chancellor. The housing director answers to you.
Yeah.
And all you had to do was tell the housing director, you wouldn't.
What was this performance? I thought it was a game or something.
No, it was a
it's
freshman
just like
convocation.
orientation,
It's just like
It's like orientation.
The
for
vice
freshmen.
chancellor of student affairs. That's his thing. So the band there. Nobody wants to hear, welcome students. Southern University is a
They
great
want the
place,
whole
founded in
ambiance,
1880. You're going to,
They want the whole hoopla.
Okay, that's what they want. I know that. We know that. And I'm going to give them that. All I need you to do is check my upperclassmen so I can continue to have band camp.
So the vice president he's talking about is Flanders McClinton. Interesting. That's crazy.
This was 2015. So I could continue to have a band.
But I understand, like, even that, I understand that being a difficult situation for you. Like, either having to say yes or no. Saying yes you was gonna have to face those kids and like put everything you have down, get on your instrument and go over here and play. Like
that's what gave me the strength. If it was just me, like, it's hard for me to say no a lot of times, but when you messing over the kids, I have a reason. That's when I get my boldness. Like, oh no, I don't have to stand up to this. Like, you ain't do nothing for none of my band students. You promised one of the assistants, not him, and not the current director, a small raise, and because you got mad at me in that situation, he ain't getting that either.
Right.
It's so petty,
you want
bro.
me to continue to play politics? It's like, little boy, let's get off this campus so I'll show you who I really am. Like, I'm about to.
And I believe him, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I believe him.
To his credit, because, I never had no issue with him. Still to this day. But to his credit, I think he just didn't understand the thing that he was over. Like, you see the power of it, you see the weight of it, but you don't understand the liability of it. You don't understand the price tag of it. You don't have to face 200 people every day. And when you speak to them, they look at you a certain way because they think that you have their well-being at heart. He didn't understand that. He had an event, and the band is under me, and the band need to be there. What you talking about? You work for me, right?
Right.
Like, I see just how leadership blinded a lot of us, just in that moment. I don't think he even meant it to be as bad as it was.
And what would you do in that situation, though? I to the people who might be watching this, just think, what would you do in that situation? Like, it's whatever decision you make, and I was stuck with that a lot, whether I go left or right. It's both bad decisions.
It's both bad decisions.
Like,
you do it, and it's like now you've set a precedent, and now the students respect you a little less. Parents respect you a little less. Your staff don't respect you as much. And that was going to be my question to you. You're the assistant. You're one of the assistant band directors. You see this go down. What are your thoughts at the moment? Did you agree with his decision? And how would you have handled it differently? Like, as it in real time?
Brian?
I'm not gonna lie, this is no slander towards the current band director at Southern, but can we be honest? Let's be real with one another. When them two left, when these two individuals left, well, not them, but
Me, see how y'all.
these two right here, when they left, they ain't never been the same. And it shows. Not saying that they have horrible arrangers. The passion is gone. Like, and I'm not saying that to be hating. If you're a Southern fan, I'm not hating on y'all because y'all be so sensitive in these comments. All I'm saying is when these two left, these two prodigies left, that was it.
Dressed up in nice and suit, and I got this on because it's Brian. On Saturday, when you call me, you want me to do a podcast at 11 a.m., I'm going to wear what I want to wear.
Yep.
Brian as the man, yeah, I agree with it.
Yeah.
Brian as the assistant, yeah, I agree with it because I'm looking at the band director to defend the band. Brian as the current band director now, I wouldn't have did it like that.
You wouldn't do it like that.
I wouldn't have did it like that because it's a domino. It's a domino. Like when you put that into movement, y'all stop communicating. Y'all was from that point on, it was what you wanted versus what he wanted, and y'all was in opposing sides. You know what I mean? You got that right up. You wasn't, when you try to talk to a person, you wasn't getting clear communication. You know, you had, I think he's up to something. You probably in your mind thought he thought the same thing. It was over with after that. So for me, I probably wouldn't have reacted that way because I know we still got to do business later.
Yep.
And like once it turned to war, ain't no going back, as we can see.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be. I should have never been in that division in the first place, which the university later on that semester ended up correcting and putting me under academic affairs instead of student affairs. But that whole experience, it was just hard. And looking back, I did a lot of wrong things as far as my temper, as far as my hot-headedness. It's a lot of things that I wouldn't do today. I can't believe I said that.
This dude went off the first game. The first game, bro, we didn't
times.
We didn't put on the uniform.
No, 3 different times.
Fat Bobby. Remember Fat Bobby?
Okay, Bobby. Who's that?
Yeah, Fat Bobby. Fat Bobby played tuba. From,
Why you call it tuba?
Everybody call him Fat Bobby. Fat Bobby cool, man. What's up, Fat Bobby, dog?
Hey, yo.
Fat Bobby was getting dressed. Haymer told everybody, like, hey, y'all need to be on the bus around this time, such and such. Make sure you have this on. Go in his office. People loading the bus. So Haymer come outside his office like Fat Bobby was like taking his time. Now,
Bobby ain't having. I think he having a wife or something.
What I know about him that he don't realize I know is when he's nervous and anxious, he gets aggressive. Oh. He was nervous and anxious with the first game. It was a lot of things. Like, it was just a lot of pressure.
This is his first game, you mean, as head band director?
Yes.
Okay.
So when he get nervous and anxious, like when he like this, that's coming from almost a place of fear a little bit. So he waiting for everybody to get in the bus and Fat Bobby taking his time. I tell you to get your you know what's done? You zip. Put my stuff up. You can go. Man, what I do?
You're zipped.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah.
Man, what I do, man? Like, why you even had to? Why you do?
He messed up for reenacting like
Just
that.
follow the instructions and been on the bus like everybody else. Bobby was the first casualty. We get on the bus, go to Golden Corral. Golden Corral.
This before the game.
I used to hate going to Corral and back in band. I used to hate it so much, but that's the only thing we had to eat.
Yes, bro.
Okay.
Golden Corral. Lady, we ain't got time for all of this. We got the money to do all of that. Such and such. Hey, son, sit down. One piece of chicken. Get on the bus.
Piece of chicken?
I'm like,
She trying to tell us where to sit.
I'm like,
We ain't paying like other customers.
Right.
again, the nervousness. I'm like, bro, it's gonna be all right.
It was nerves, but still.
It's gonna be all
Don't
right.
mess with me today.
We get to the game.
I think I got into it with the manager too. But
We get to the game. The dogs searching the bus. Why they searching our bus? How we just got here? Is it because we're black? But yeah, son, you was cutting up and Golden Corral.
yeah, I was.
Pure insanity. Then then we got on the bus. When we got on the bus, that's when we pulled up to the stadium, and then the dogs start sniffing the bus, and then you got off and cut up and accused everyone of being racist. You remember that?
Yeah, and they were. They were.
So for context, this is at ULL, which is the University of Louisiana Lafayette.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know anything about Louisiana, that is a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution. So I probably would agree with you, honestly.
Well, this is their justification. I remember specifically what they said. We just got a Homeland Security grant, and we were the first person they gonna experiment this on. So the only HBCU that you played, you want to experiment this on them?
I didn't even know
The
that.
next
Wow.
game, when you play the University of Utah,
Right. Mm-hmm.
like, come on.
I want to read the first couple of chapters in chapter 4 in the book Juked, which is available on Amazon and jukedthebook.com. You say, although I've been serving in the position of director of bands for approximately 2 weeks, Monday, June 9th, 2014 seemed and felt different. The official title gives the feeling of filling in or substitute teacher. Even though the title I started with, interim, I knew this would be temporary and soon I would move to being the actual director of bands. I just had to buy my time. It was my first day officially in the seat, and I faced more brick walls than ever. Set aside the fact I received no formal transition time or manual on how to operate. Instead, I got a list of important numbers on campus, a handshake, and lots of inherited problems. My predecessor, Lawrence Jackson, or Mr. J, was an accomplished band director and music arranger, and I admired his work. I loved how he infused so much power or sound into his arrangements. He also made me a lot of promises and only fulfilled one. Mr. J told me that the numbers he was leaving were his allies on the campus. Quote, Nate, they'll be waiting on your call.
You reading that took me somewhere. It took me to that feeling of I'm by myself. Like the way I saw band, like my band dad is gone.
How long had you worked under him?
8 years, but longer than that. You know, he was my mentor. When I was a high school band director, he was the one who gave me pointers or the one to tell me you don't like. He would give me the advice and the things to go out to have courage. Like he was a second father to me. He really was. I'm not gonna deny that. The relationship is not the same today, but yeah, it felt lonely. He was gone. It ain't been the same since then. Since May 27th, if I'm correct. We could look back on that day, but I think that's the day he called me in his office, and I have that in the book too, that whole feeling. But when he called me in, and that numbing feeling, and he running around, and he's shaking me, and I'm just like...
He's shaking you in excitement?
They need context.
I'm in the director's chair. If they read the book, they'll get the context.
Okay.
But he's shaking me and I'm excited. And you're in the director's chair. And I'm just here the whole time. This don't feel good. This is what I want. This is what I've been wanting all my life. But not this way. Like, no, you promised me that you was going to take me around. Like more, I thought it's going to be more so of like where's the ritual?
Did you think
we got a new leader? We supposed to have this ritual? It wasn't none of that.
And here's the
I'm gone.
And
bye.
here's the thing. And here's the onboarding doc. And here's the training.
You know, like I see that, and I see you how you felt that way, and I could see it like in that experience. But that's life because I have that experience. How do you think I felt when you was gone? And how do you think I felt when you set up all of this stuff to work this way and then you left me here? Well, you didn't leave me. And I didn't believe it that way. But I had to make do with that. How do you think I feel now as a boss?
Right.
Now as a boss, you don't protect me. Kedrick can't protect me.
Right.
Mr. J can't protect me.
Yeah.
It's a lonely feeling. Like when we want to get to the top, the people that's there, they gotta go.
Yeah.
And you must assume all of that weight.
And I guess I wasn't ready to let that go.
Mm-hmm.
No, I wasn't. It was the way it happened. I just knew the way he did it. It was a surprise.
Yeah, it could have been better.
Like he called me. It's in the book, but I was also the director of Louisiana Leadership Institute. That was our
LLI.
LLI's feeders all-star high school band program. So I was getting ready for practice. Long story short, I was getting ready for practice at LLI 4 in the evening, 5 in the evening. I don't remember the time. Going home to get something to eat real quick, and he calls me. He wasn't at work the whole day, so I'm just leaving work. Nate, where you at? I'm at home. I'm about to get something to eat, get ready for LLI practice. You where? Get yourself to this band hall. 8 years. This man had never talked to me this way. One thing I can say, he never yelled at me. He was a great supervisor. He never yelled and for this to be the first time, it stood out. And I was hot. So I'm driving. Like,
And
I don't want to have a bad relationship with my boss,
is.
but let me knock on the door. Like, man, what's up?
Yeah.
So I knock on the door. He go, if you got to know him, you can just see his eyes and his glasses just peeping through the crack of the door.
Yep.
Hey, you ready?
Ready
What's
for
wrong
what?
with this dude? And he opened the door. And the office is empty. The walls, if you knew the office, he had plaques all over the wall from 1970s all the way to 2014 at that time. And it was empty, and you could see dust on the wall. I said, finally, you about to paint these dingy walls. It's about time. He started laughing. I ain't about to paint nothing. Maybe you gonna paint it. Sit at the desk. What it feel like? And you know his chair. So as I sat down,
The wheel.
one of the wheels was broke. And I said, it feel like a wobbly
Hey, yo.
chair. He said, no, what it feels like. What he was trying to say is
How's
how
it
it
feel to
feels
be
to sit
director?
behind the desk. But I'm so slow. I'm thinking of how the fabric feels. It's worn out. It's wobbly. Nate, you don't get it. I'm gone. You the director now. And that's when he started shaking the chair. And I was just like, and I'm in a wobbly chair, just like. Then he running around. It's war time. He run around the bedroom.
Lord.
And I'm just like, for real? And
Perspective.
in that moment, he felt free. That's why he was doing that. He felt light as a bird. He was running. He had bad knees. You talk about his knee. You couldn't tell that day. He running. You'd have thought that man was 19 years old. And I felt like I was his age in that one moment. Because he sat all that on me. And I'm just like,
What did you say? What did you say you always wanted to be since you were 7 years old? What did you say?
the director.
He gave you that. He ain't owe you nothing else. It ain't owe you no ritual. He ain't had to be fun. He had to prepare nothing. Like,
See, when you speaking into existence, that's what I be trying to tell people. Whatever you want to do in life, you can do anything in life if you just believe in our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, that's a prime example right there. He spoke it at a young age. What did God do? He said, all right, bet, I'm going to give you what you want.
and it's less of me defending, and it's more of understanding. Like, we all have our own like situations. Just like you said, he was free. You know, he did right by you. He kept his promise.
Hindsight looking back, he don't owe me nothing.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you the feeling of the moment.
And we
I
just
felt
unpacked it,
abandoned. But do I feel Mr. J owe me? No. So it goes to that feeling, to getting you in and the rest, what everybody know, till I'm on top of the hill. Lawrence who? Lawrence Jackson, I got this. And
How old were you
between
then?
both of those feelings, I kind of lost
36.
myself.
How old were you then?
36.
When I became director, I was 36.
36. I remember finding out that you were going to be the head band director, and I remember thinking to myself, damn, Southern is going to be unstoppable because they're going to have Haymer for another 30 years.
That was the
Like,
thought.
he hits the ball at 30 whatever.
Girl, when I
That
first got
never
the job, I said, I'm finna be here longer than Isaac Griggs. And he was at 36 years, 36 and a half years. I said, I could do 40. And after 1 year, I said, no, I could do about 15. After 2 years, I could do 10.
It kept decreasing.
And I stayed with 10. Really, my plan was to leave at 45 or 46. I'm 47 today. And if it went my way, I probably would be the chair of the music department, if I had to say. And he would be the director of bands. Doing his thing. But 10 years of that, I hope I'm making sense. I'm all over the place. But you got to understand the chaos and what we created. We created a monster, a social media monster, which means...
Can you imagine if this man, Brian Simmons, was director of bands at Southern University? You know how much different it would be? Boy, I would have loved to see that, bro. No disrespect towards the current band director, but this man right here would have took the game by storm. They would have been unstoppable, like they are now at Texas Southern.
10 years of work
Yes.
in this new era is equivalent to 30 to 40 years in the
Yes.
old era. Because you do one show, it goes around the world
Yeah.
10 times
Yeah.
before the week is over.
Yeah.
It made us work hard.
You don't get your
Like,
Pete shows.
when I
like
was
back in the day.
assistant,
Yeah.
I was the only arranger for 4 years.
Dang.
Internet was hitting in 2010, 11, 12,
Mhm.
but it was still a different time where I could kind of call the same song the next game and it still had the same effect.
Right.
You can't call something
Can't
and
do that.
everybody go crazy over,
Yeah.
and it had the same effect the next week because everybody see
They
it on
seen it
YouTube.
already,
They
yeah.
study it. They
Yeah.
seeing what the dancing dolls doing. They seeing what the band doing.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying, I agree. But I also acknowledge, like, we created that problem.
Yeah.
Mm.
Literally.
We got
Y'all
it
set
in
the
our way.
blueprint.
It wasn't-
You
the
did,
blueprint.
It
because
wasn't
now
there
you see
first.
other bands.
Yeah.
Now you see
Everybody
other
has a
bands that
media
does it.
department.
We
Yep.
made it hard.
Yep.
Yeah, like we set
Yep.
out and we
Not
set,
knowing what we doing though.
No,
What is
we
it
was-
we say? Often
was-
imitated, never duplicated.
but like
yeah.
we was playing different music every week. We didn't play different music every week because we just had to play different music every week. We
Yeah.
played different music every week because I wanted to hear something different.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like that stuff I played last week, I wasn't feeling. I ain't feeling no more. I'm
Yeah.
gonna do something else.
Don't even get me started on you. That's
That's
a whole nother
But
different
that's
topic.
true.
That if I had to do it over again, and I want the world to know, I would make some direct calls and make him call out. Lawrence Jackson used to do that to me, and now I see that
Used to do what?
make me call out certain songs that are, you know. First of all, let me tell you, when you battle in the fifth quarter, everybody know what the fifth quarter is. Your arranger, you know, it's just chess match, and I call what I want to call. Nobody tells me what to call, and I pretty much didn't tell them what to call, but I wish I would have sometime because some of his bangers, he have a way of just playing once and leaving it alone.
Yep.
Like
Mm-hmm.
one of them was the year after me, Outkast.
You talk about liberation.
Oh, listen.
Played it one time.
And that was it.
Hear all this other shit.
Yes.
Yep. One of the best pieces he ever wrote.
That song has with you conducting it. I've played that personally 50 times.
And that's why I
Yep.
don't have to play it no more.
That's right.
It's what liberation is right there. Doing it
Yep.
again does not give you the same
You know
feeling.
what? Hearing
I
that
agree with
arrangement
that.
of that song is what even introduced me to that song. Because it was when y'all played it that I went back.
I didn't even know that song, who that song
Like,
was
what's
by.
crazy? And it's just kind of like me just talking about music, but on a tangent. Like, I don't talk about myself a lot, but my music will tell you everything. Like, if you listen to it, whether it's the type of music I select, it's all there. Whatever you want to see, whatever you need to know is there. Like, Liberation came about 2018. Fabulous had released a song called Go Yard Bag. And Go Yard Bag has sampled Outkast Liberation. I always knew what it was. My dad listened to Outkast. But I was like, Go Yard Bag ain't giving me enough. Like, I need to be able to go multiple places, like, if I want to make this a full thing. So I start listening to Liberation, but I start listening with a different ear and a different context. And we start listening to a different ear, different context, like, shit.
He got better after I left.
Shake that,
That made me mad too.
shake that load off.
That made me mad.
Wow.
It made me mad. He was good. He was great while I was there.
Yeah.
And it's growth too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he's supposed to get better.
I mean,
Yeah.
just
But
amazing.
just the
arrangements.
selfishness
It's like,
in me.
wow.
So like something as simple as the Whispers, old school,
Yes.
Come on.
rock steady.
Yes.
I heard that and I was
Yes.
pissed off because that sound
Yeah.
was the Southern I grew up on,
Yeah.
and
It's very mature.
that was my vision of what I wanted to bring back. And maybe it was there when I was there, but I didn't have the time. You know the chaos.
You don't
But
enjoy
now
it.
we talking about 2018. Now I'm
Yeah.
sitting down. I ain't
Yeah.
got nothing to do but listen. I can appreciate now.
Mm.
So maybe he was doing that for me,
Mm.
but I couldn't appreciate it at the time.
I was doing what you did and what I thought you wanted. Like, you was my band director too. So I'm looking at how you picked things, how you selected things, how you actually wrote it, how you did that. And I just went off of that and kind of just elevated it a little bit. Like, okay, this is a Haymer era type of thing, but we just gonna go a little further. When you left, I'm in here by myself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Can
know.
you talk a little bit about that? Like,
Yeah.
you
how
were
did
in
it
a
feel?
very interesting position
Yeah.
because it's like when mom and dad divorce,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like I don't know,
Whose
I'm
house do I
here
go
some
to?
weekends, I'm
Yeah.
over here, and like
My thing with it was always, I was always the guy, like when we had sat down and had conversations, I was like, oh yeah, so let's talk about it. But people didn't want to talk about it because they handle things. Everybody handle conflict differently.
Yeah.
Do you do like yoga or something or meditative? You like you seem like the yin
Zen,
to
very
Haymer's.
zen.
No, let me tell you what that is. Since he evident, I'm just kidding. It's all jokes. But the reason why he's mature like that, that man's been through a whole lot. You can tell what a person's been through on maturity level and the way they carry themselves. Like them two right there, which is perfect for Southern. And then just the leadership above them messed it all up. Let's be honest with you.
Yang. Really?
Watch this. You want to know what was crazy?
Yeah, what's
You want to know
that?
what's crazy? 10 years ago, we was always turned up. Everybody was turned up. Until I saw them turn him to Swiss cheese.
Yep.
So that impacted, like,
How
so it's
you-
almost like you have PTSD.
Oh, yeah. Like you heard what he said, he was band director for 4 years and got fired?
Yeah.
No offense.
It's the truth.
I mean, it's in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying it was just icy. Like I just served that icy like that. But he was like band director for 4 years and he got fired. Like for me, it was always in the back of my mind that I had to make it past 4. Like that. Like I hate to use that word, but that ordered my steps in such a way
Yeah.
to whereas like
Calm
longevity.
down. Yeah.
Let me ask you, what was it? And I'll say this: don't look. I would say I don't look at your 4 years as something that like ended. I look at like that was your purpose. That experience of those 4 years,
You a catalyst.
you can check that off your list. It was a goal. You did that.
Right.
So now the challenge becomes
how can
like
we do better?
now you're an author.
Yeah.
Like you wrote music, now you wrote books. My question to you, you worked with him for how long?
He was band director. He was my band director for 4 years, assistant band director for 4 years, and then I worked with him for 4 years. So you could say a total of 8.
8 years. What about you working under Haymer time? Like, what are some of the things that you take with you as you're now head band director at Texas Southern and doing an amazing job, by the way?
Thank you, I appreciate that, bro.
They sound beautiful.
Listen,
thanks to
it's
you.
like-
I say that all the time.
I literally look and it's like
They sound
like
good.
that next year, and then that next year I'm like, oh, look at this. It's like they sit up straighter. There's a
It's
cleanness.
structure.
There's a, you know, my brother's a
No shade to Texas Southern old band directors. No shade. But I still think Brian Simmons the best thing that ever happened to them.
band director, and it's like the dynamic, the like it's like, oh, this is but
And I, with Haymer, I think people don't understand is he's a genius. He don't know that. He don't know that at all. Like all of this right now, you see how we doing all of this, everything. He's all right.
Yeah.
This is gonna work. It's gonna work because it's you.
Period. Yes.
No matter what's going on, he don't see that. I think we're both insane creatives. So those 4 years, like it was just a creative space. Like we was always just throwing stuff on the wall. Okay, you see how the band like made this straight line? Okay, now let's make them break in half and then do a circle and do this. Is that possible? No, I don't think it's possible. All right, let's go figure it out. Like
Literally.
Like, what do you think about?
Literally.
What do you think about the band playing this song? Man, I don't think nobody could play that, this, that, or the other. All right, watch. Let me go figure it out. It was literally us in our zone. It was literally us in our passion. He taught me to never be afraid of doing what I want to do, even when other people can't see it.
That's good.
He taught me to teach people how to accept my no's by not always saying yes.
Oh, that's deep.
He taught me that.
Dang, that's deep, bro.
Everybody, we like the winner, but we don't want to see you win all the time. Like, like you said, my he's so zen. What is that? Like, and I was up and I was turned, but I saw where that was leading, not for me, but him. And I saw there was no longevity in that. I saw that
Mhm.
eventually, like, these people will turn on you.
Yep.
You're gonna piss someone off,
Mhm.
and your situation will be the same, if not worse.
Mm.
You know, so if this is something that I wanted to do for the rest of my life, like a book, I don't necessarily want to be an author. I want to be a really good band director and be everybody I see. I want to be the villain in everybody's story. I would have been the best person if it wasn't for that damn.
Definitely all corns.
Guess what?
He's definitely all corns
There's
villain.
no more I want out of that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, like I see him every day in a way.
Mhm.
When somebody approaches me with a situation and somebody at the school might ask me a question that might make me internally feel like, hey man, who you?
Yeah.
Then I realized when Haymer responded this way, it got like this. But against this person it was like that, then instead of the other. It's almost like a formulaic. Like every day.
Chess. Yeah.
Every day. But I just really try to make sure I just encourage him. You know, the 4 years that he was band director, we were so busy like creating, a lot of our friendship kind of went away. He started focusing more on running the band, and then he starts getting into so much politics and everything. Like we wasn't having certain conversations like we used to. I was just seeing you. I was seeing whatever you had going on, and I'm like, I don't know what this is, but you know.
But that's kind of the thing, and you probably see it too. When you ascend to a certain level of leadership, you don't get to hang with your friends the exact same way.
Right.
There's certain, elders that used to call me every Saturday or call you all the time, and they got this version of you. Well, now this next level requires this of you. And he talked about it since, what was it, 7 years old, want to be the head band director at Southern. You're eventually there. You never get to see the end of the yellow brick road and behind the curtain until you're there. And then when you're there, you don't get a learning curve. You have to deal with what's there.
Yeah. I think I can honestly say I respected where he was at whatever time. Like I never, man, you should have been like this, or why you not doing this? I knew enough to know that I didn't know nothing at all. I knew that there was a lot dividing us besides that desk. No matter what he told me, I would never feel it. And so there was some respect there, you know? And so once he transitioned out of that job, he started to be able to speak on some of the things that broke him. So you can't speak on the things that break you as a man. Let's be more specific. Sometimes as a man. Even more specifically as a black man. I deal with that on the job. Sometimes I let people get off saying some stuff. I let you get off saying some stuff because but we internalized that.
Absolutely.
He was internalizing a lot of that, and he was lashing out and doing less or whatever. And I didn't necessarily know what I was seeing. It wasn't until he got out of the situation. No, it wasn't until he wasn't in control of the situation and he had to be vulnerable that he had to realize, like, all right, let's talk.
Absolutely.
I need you. I knew you was here the whole time, you know? So since he been out of that, I think our relationship is better.
To the person that's watching this that knows nothing about Texas Southern HBCU band, but they've just been promoted at their job. They just started a business, and they're in that tug of war of who they used to be, and now this new role that requires a lot of you that you didn't even expect. Now you are not only speaking for yourself, you can't talk the way you want to this donor or to this board member or to this certain alumni. Like, it's a whole puzzle. It's a whole minefield that other people don't understand why certain decisions are made. There are people who probably watch a football game or a basketball game and wonder, why did they throw that play? They don't know the whole picture. They don't know everything that you know. What advice do you give that person that is feeling juked?
Mr. Haymer, you can go first.
You might not want my answer.
No, we do.
You really just have to call stuff out in real time. I'm sorry. Like, I internalized a lot of stuff that I never should have. And if I could do it all over again, I wouldn't change the drama. I would just change the way I dealt with it. Because the drama made for good music. It made for great bands. All that bad stuff, the internalization and things we were doing, you don't think that affected the music?
Yeah.
Like, you don't think that's why people was going
Yeah.
crazy? Like, it can't always be happy. The best music come from
Right.
places of pain.
Mary J.
Yep.
Blige, come on.
So,
That's her best music when she's in pain.
this whole relationship
Yeah.
that we had as a staff
Mm-hmm.
was horrible as far as friendship and as far as just day-to-day business-wise, but as far as being an artist and being a musician, it was a great environment. Like, we fed off of each other, and we didn't even realize it sometimes. Like, Brian pointed out some things. Like, the few times I did arrange tunes when I was head band director, some things that I would be putting in the tunes that I wasn't doing when I was the only arranger. And it'd be like, okay, you messed over such and such with that one. I mean, that wasn't even my goal, but when you hear stuff, you just start infusing in your music. So they affected me because they were writing most of the music. And I was still Haymer time, but I was putting all that stuff in. So we all fed off each other. But as far as personally, I wish I would have called it out in real time. What you mean? Like, Dr. Taylor, I'm going to say it. Hey, he and I didn't have the best relationship the whole time. We got along. And I really want him to hear this because I'm really talking to him right now. We got along, but I tolerated you. I never really liked you, but I never really got an opportunity to know you either. I just know what you presented. And to me, we just going to work together. I should have had a conversation with him. Now that you're on my staff, as a leader, I should have handled that differently. And we possibly wouldn't have been friends, but we'd have had a better working relationship. It's all about work. All right, we probably would have been friends. You never know where it would have gone. But it's something just like, man, this was me. And I would tell Brian all the time, you don't know how to let stuff go. It's me. Man, F that. You dead to me. When you dead, you dead. Do what you need to do.
Forget people
and get out my face.
I literally do. Like literally, I've been at gatherings.
Out of
like,
sight, out of mind.
Just remember, and I'd be like my brain has erased them. But wow,
I would say you got to remember your why. Like, you got to remember why you are doing something. Like, there's going to be times you're going to be in the vice grips and they're going to be pulling you one way or the other and stretch you. You're not going to understand. Like, one thing about my job at Texas Southern University, and I can say this, like, I don't own nothing. No matter how much work, blood, sweat, and tears I put on it, it'll never say Brian Simmons. It's not for me. So with that being said, there's a certain level of entitlement I don't have. There's a road I wasn't gonna go down because I don't have that. You know, the why, who you do it for. The students. You know, when you having these back and forth engagements, and let's take the students out of it. Let's just make it strictly leadership. When you having these back and forth engagement with the opposition, you have to think about the people that you answer to and who you affect. Like the people who you have to go and bring that stuff to. Sometimes you might be going back and forth with somebody, and guess what? They know if there's no consequence. But sometimes it costs you anything and everything. Sometimes you got to learn how to eat shit and like it.
But also I would add to that. You know, my very first band I ever saw was MB Smiley, high school. Mark Gordon was the band director. He became the band director. And Kevon Runnels, who today, so Mark Gordon is at Langston. And Kevon Runnels is at Austin. Austin played trombone in that band. I was in the second grade. That band is what made me want to pick up a trumpet. Fast forward, my younger brother sees me in the band. He picks up an instrument, but he takes it further. It's like a relay race. So not only is he in the band in middle and high school, he gets a scholarship. He goes to SFA. He majors in music education. He's assistant here, assistant there. Today, he's the head band director at Elsick High School because Mark Gordon made them run laps, made Kevon Runnels run laps. Like, they didn't know that them playing, me doing this every game, because Smiley didn't have a football team. So I was watching the band, that it had ripples. So both of you have no idea who you're impacting.
Right.
Like if Mark Gordon hadn't been so hard on that band, if Kevon Reynolds hadn't practiced extra on that trombone, I probably wouldn't have paid attention. And if I never paid attention, I would never. It's that ripple. So both of you have that responsibility.
And it also it just looks different. And like I was saying to your point, like you see evolution. Just like you say, passing the baton, where you were saying yes, and then eventually having to turn everything no, cold turkey on people. That's what made them angry. I started at hold on, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's let's see. As soon as something don't make sense to me, okay, there's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't see how we're gonna be able to do that. I start you there, so I don't have to fluctuate.
Yeah.
Like I don't. I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw what you did, and watch this. I saw what Dr. Taylor did. I worked for him for 3 years. I saw how he moved and managed, and I can speak on this comfortably because nobody don't speak for me.
Right.
His relationship with Mr. Taylor is different than my relationship with Mr. Taylor. Mr. Taylor is my brother whether he like it or not. That's my we're gonna fight. We're gonna say horrible things. We're gonna
they have a
flip
totally
things
different relationship
because we had to.
They had to.
You could avoid him.
I was
He
the
could
boss.
avoid you.
Just give directions.
Oh.
They had to
But
work.
it was a different
Together,
dynamic.
yeah.
They had to fight it out.
It was like bunk beds. Like we was all of that. And so and so I think with he and I it's a mutual respect. Some days it might not be good, but I think we on, and I wanted to I definitely wanted to put that on the record because this is my first time really speaking on anything close to this since he has been gone. What time we gotta go?
Oh, we got 7 more minutes.
We got
I've
7
been
more minutes.
watching.
I was
I'm
gonna
watching
say,
it. Yeah, I'm watching it too.
For both of you, especially you after writing this book, what do you hope that current and future band directors can learn from your journey? What to avoid, what to
I
do
hope
different?
I hope it gives them a roadmap of what to expect because your class is not going to teach you this. You're learning about music theory and all this stuff.
Yeah.
This is people skills. So you just got to learn how to be a good leader and deal with people and learn how to say no. Your approach, that's a good approach. Starting from a place, let's talk about it. I mean, how did he get there? He saw where I messed up. He saw with Dr. Taylor, he saw his style and he developed his own style.
Yeah.
I didn't have very much hands-on because one thing about my predecessors, I stayed out the office. I just was writing music. So decision making and all this, I stayed out of all of that. And that was to my detriment. I should have been more involved.
Well, I would say I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I honestly believe, and I don't know, it may be a hard pill to swallow, but I think 4 years was your assignment.
I believe that too. Accepting it was the hard thing.
Right.
Well, no, it was.
I didn't want to
be.
accept that.
No,
but I believe it now.
Everything that happened was supposed to happen.
Right.
Everybody that took part in everything that happened in this book, in this courtroom, and thereafter is better and more in tune with their purpose or their route in this whole thing because that happened. So I don't even look at it as like a failure. I don't even look at it as like you were fired. You were promoted to the next thing that you were supposed to do. Everybody looks at, advancement as it's supposed to feel good. We say, oh, Lord, use me. But when use me looks like 13 months in the federal penitentiary, we say, oh, I don't know. Yeah. Like, no, that's what comes with it. Oh, I want to be band director. Yeah. Well, now you work in 16-hour days, right? Like, that's what comes with it. It is part of your purpose, the ups and the downs. Frankie Beverly and Mays says joy and pain are like sunshine and rain.
Sunshine.
Okay.
Hold on. Sunshine, not sunshine. Sunshine. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I did an amazing job.
Just kidding with you, bro.
Southern Girl.
Just kidding. Sunshane.
Southern Girl came from?
Which Southern Girl?
Southern Girl.
Yeah,
Mays or PJ?
Huh?
Mays or PJ? The original Southern Girl or PJ? PJ Morton. They got two.
No.
The
original.
Southern Girl.
Yeah.
That's what y'all played this year.
That's
man.
all right. I was about to give you a point, but yeah, you
Let me tell you,
that.
that, and when I heard Blame It,
Mr. Trenton Hunter, dog. If you see this, dog, it was for you.
Tears came to my eyes. I was like,
both
Mr.
of those-
Hunter, I
those
always
his
give him his
songs.
props. I be leaving little comments on YouTube.
Yeah,
Hey, my favorite song by him is that 112. Only you.
Oh yeah.
Ba-da, ba-da.
Yeah,
Only you.
But
there's that.
the advice is to just look at it as leadership.
Mhm.
Stop taking it personal. But we don't train our band directors that way. Music is an emotional thing. And you got to take the emotional out and just deal with logic when you're dealing with administrators. You just got to deal, because they come with you with logic. They don't understand what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
So the best approach is to be like, okay, let's talk about it. You know, my supervisor, I think it was a special case, though. It wasn't an average supervisor. We had to deal. It was a different dynamic.
It was
from the family dynamic
It was
to
a
the...
it was a but there was a language barrier.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
Yeah, it was.
language barrier. Y'all wasn't speaking the same language, like, and y'all could have,
Mm-hmm.
but the time was never there for that.
Yeah, and I don't think they were supposed to. Like, what people have to understand, like, when you we look at Michael Jackson, we look at Prince, we look at like all these people that you cannot be normal.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot work like 10 to 2 at the call center and do that.
Yeah.
Right? In order to be in the outer world, to create these amazing things, to be this artist, you got to be ignorant. You have to be. You don't get that era Haymer and like you have customer service skills. Like, it's one or the other.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. It's one
I
or
can't
the
come in
other.
and hire y'all
with
for the
look,
more
look at the best athletes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, that's what comes with it. You know?
He was like, we were all unsomething. We were all unsomething. Like, you could have called, I could have been inexperienced
Mm-hmm.
or inexperienced or untrained, one of us.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Taylor in the moment was kind of unseasoned to what we was doing.
Mhm.
We was all unsomething, but we was young men in our own respective right. Like, we had it on our chest
Yeah.
to be the best at whatever we was being. It was always gonna be that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't stopping. We was foot on the gas. It was always
Absolutely.
gonna be like we would have shot in the arm to the culture. We
Yeah.
were needed. That was
Yes.
necessary.
Yeah.
You in 4 years, like you was the rocket that blew up, fizzled out over Galveston. But what I mean, like what I mean by that is, in 4 years you gave everything you had.
Yeah.
There was no more to do, and now people still follow what we do.
Right.
Yep.
But it was inevitable.
I can say that I gave it everything.
Yeah.
I left there empty as far as creative wise because I gave it everything.
Look, I mean, and even look at like whoever's watching this, you don't know what your 2.0 or your 3.0 would be. There's somebody right now who was a D1 football player, and you know, now your next thing doesn't have to be the NFL. It could be you owning your own business
Right.
and building the next, you know, cadre of NFL players and D1 players. Your next thing might look at Deion Sanders, right? Look at how he came back to Jackson State, gave them this burst, right? Like Travis Hunter wouldn't be where he is, I believe, if it weren't for that, he would have never come back. So, and there's nothing that says that in a future world, 5 years from now, you were talking about your Facebook memories looking back. 5 years from now, you can still be head band director somewhere that, like, you don't even
never
know. Like,
imagined,
all
yeah.
of it is part of the rhythm.
And then understanding your true gift. Like your true gift is not music. Your true strength is not music. Your strength and gift is resilience.
Yeah.
That's what you do. It just like band is the conduit. Like that's just the way that it
Yeah.
comes to.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't even say band. I'll be honest. When I first saw that you wrote a book, I bought it just to support, but I didn't have high expectations. I honestly didn't. Because normally there's everybody and their mama that wrote a book and it's 67 pages and they did it, you know, they didn't really edit it and, you know, it is what it is. I couldn't put this down.
Because I wrote that book from a sunken place.
And you gotta-
I don't.
I wrote
here's-
it in prison.
But it was longer, right?
Yeah.
It was
It was
a
way
lot.
double
yeah.
that length.
But I don't even think it's that. Here's what when I really got to thinking about it, you arrange music. You're used to crescendo, decrescendo. You're used to rising action. Everything can't be at a 10 through the whole song.
That's your
No,
story.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
story. So you just wrote this the way that you write music.
It's the
Mhm.
same.
Only you used words, but you used the same, like,
It takes the same
yeah,
creativeness, the same side of the brain.
technique. You use the same technique. You
Mhm.
use that. You just wrote it, but just in a different language.
And when you're really
Right.
writing from the heart, like you don't have your focus. You have to be
Yes.
focused. And in prison, you're gonna be focused. You ain't got nothing else to
Absolutely.
do. Hey, I was over the library, by the way, so I had a good job. Thank y'all. I didn't have to work the compound.
Come on.
Absolutely.
So I'm over the library, so not too many people want to read, so I'm in there writing. They gave me a pen, they gave me a whole bunch of printer paper, and that's what I wrote on. I bought a
What is it?
binder, and I
I would
left there
love to
with 3
see
big
what that
binders, and
looks
I
like.
walked out looking like Moses with 3 big stone tablets. My parents and I'm so proud. My brother and my mom that picked me up. I'm proud of it. And they just looking at me like, get in this car.
What?
We happy to see you. You talk about this book.
Yeah.
You're not doing that. That's crazy.
Wow.
I am doing it.
Wow.
And I told everybody who I cared about eventually that I was doing a book. I had to tell them. And I don't know if they supported it or not, but when it came out, it was real for them. So
Yeah.
we here.
Absolutely. And before we close out, there was a clip that you're gonna watch right now, and then we're gonna come back.
Oh, I remember this. Oh my God, this was ignorant. Ignorant at its finest. The way they did Alabama State that year was hilarious. Uh-oh. I feel so bad for them. I felt so bad because they was giving BTA all game. To make y'all stop at y'all, that is petty. Southern will never get back to this level. Never. Never. I'm sorry. Sorry, bro. I gotta be real. I have to be real. They will never get back to this ignorance. Now they trying to cut them off. Wait. Wait. Not him trying to cut them off. Nah. Nah, let them boys play. Ooh, let them boys play, boy. That's why they ain't been back. That's why they ain't been back because of that right there.
We're back.
Man,
So
I don't know why.
2015 versus Alabama State.
I love Alabama State.
Oh wow.
Now this is a plot twist. What if he actually is director of bands at Alabama State? What if since Dr. Oliver retired, what if? Now I'm being honest with you, we don't know, but it's a possibility. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Dun, 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 dun,
Most people don't know that.
So you're a headband director. You get the opportunity to promote Taylor. Simmons doesn't get a promotion.
Simmons is assistant. Taylor was promoted to associate, which is the upper level assistant next in line to the director of bands. He did get a promotion. 2017, yeah. And I remember seeing a look on his face. Nobody ever told me anything. Dr. Taylor never told me that he was excited about it or he was mad about it. Simmons never told me he was excited about it and mad about it. But I read it. I could feel energy. Not with Taylor so much, but with him, I felt it. I felt it. I felt the disappointment. And I probably would be, not probably, I would be pissed off too.
Yeah.
If it was, I was the assistant and he did that. I never gave him an explanation why. He found out after the fact. He know why now, but in real time, he never got an explanation why.
And why was it?
I was an appeaser.
Yeah.
I felt that I can convince people to like me. I knew that he was working against me. And it was going to tear the program apart. He was questioning a lot of things. And I just, if I could only just get him to see that I'm a good guy. Not to mention the things that I was doing in the book, robbing Peter to pay Paul just to pay his salary for 3 years because the university refused to cover it. And that's just a fact. And that's not his fault. So that's not an attack on him. That's not his fault. But it was just
That's messed up, bruh.
After that, when I found out he was still upset, that's when we really start taking a downward spiral because I started taking the gloves out. I was mad then. I'm like, man, F it.
And how did you, in that moment, I mean, today you're director of bands at Texas Southern University, but at the time you see your colleague get promoted and you know you're more experienced or how do you feel?
It was a divide, a split. Mr. Taylor's was more experienced at the time, and that was the thing that made it make sense to me. Mr. Taylor had
gravitas.
Yeah.
Was it academia? Like he had a better degree?
He just taught longer, and I mean, and he did have. I think he had his master's degree at that time.
Let me plug this in, and I'm gonna let him finish. Brian was hired to be assistant director of bands. He crossed the stage the second week of May. He was hired in June. So within 3 to 4 weeks of graduating from Southern, he the assistant band director. Kedrick Taylor was a high school band director for about 6 years before he came to me. So Kedrick was more seasoned. Brian came fresh from, hey, we bandmates. Now I'm your assistant director. Listen to me. And that's the dynamic.
Wow.
And I understood, like, I always acknowledged like Mr. Taylor's experience. So when I found out that he got promoted or got the promotion, that wasn't what surprised me. I just didn't understand like why it wasn't a conversation. You know, I was slaving around there.
At this point, how long had you been at Southern?
This is 4 years.
So you were 4 years too.
Yeah.
This is the fourth year.
All of us was
we
in
was on
there.
year 4. This is 2017.
All of it. This was the last year. Everything.
So this is the beginning of my last year.
Everything that he wanted was trying to work for. He finally got.
New instruments coming in. Well, we got money now. So now we talking about salaries.
Yeah.
So we missed that, but we go back to that. But go ahead.
It was just sobering. Like I was happy for Mr. Taylor in a way because again he was experienced. He had it, and he deserved it in that way. I wasn't happy on my end because I knew I actually worked for it. Like if you're gonna create that position, think about who you have in mind when you creating it. Like think about that person who you knew deserved it. But I'm a prideful man. Like, you know, sometimes I keep my silence for my dignity. Like I'm not gonna tell you this, that, or the other. I'm just gonna accept it and I'm gonna move on. And that's just what I did. But I wasn't happy about it, but I understood it. I also understood how the dynamic was difficult on his side. I didn't understand all of his struggles because he didn't communicate. But once he started communicating towards the end, I was like, oh, I see why you do that. Why you ain't just say that, son?
I called Brian up one random day. I ain't gonna go into details of the conversation, but I called him up one random day in the fall semester of my last year. It was fall 2017, towards November, around the time. And I say, Brian, what's up? Hey, man, I'm tired of this. And I just started talking. He say, what? And he say, I thought it was just me. Finally, you make sense. And he just started talking.
I'm gonna put this on the record. I felt gaslit for 4 years almost.
Wow.
I felt gaslit for 4 years, and I can't, like, me saying that right now, I ain't never tell him that. like I was seeing stuff, but you got this, like you playing this fake image, and I see
Yeah.
something like I was seeing it. He's like, oh yeah, it's nothing.
Because he was a company man.
Yeah,
He had to play the role because it's like when you don't play the role, now you get moved. But then this was when it started to. Do you feel that you're
That's when
no
I started
longer
to lose control.
when you started to lose control? Do you feel that it was like now that you're no longer a company man, you're not sitting up straight and
Yeah.
and doing a thing. You're not on a yellow brick road anymore. That was like when it began to unravel.
When you start telling the truth, it becomes therapeutic.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nothing like hearing the truth and the feeling, and it's freeing.
Hmm.
The scripture, the truth shall set you free, really
Mhm.
means something. And when you really just start admitting stuff, your wrongs, or just how things were supposed to go, you can't change the past, but it makes you a better person.
Mm.
And really, all you had to do the whole time was just sit down and have a conversation.
Mhm.
It's not about who agrees with who, but it's just about having a conversation. Look, some things gonna change. I'm gonna promote somebody, and this is how. I never said that. They just saw the action.
Yeah.
I didn't tell them nothing. They just saw the action. This is
Yeah.
what we going. I'm the director.
Yeah. And you
This
really
is how
don't
we gonna
have to-
move.
You don't have to explain.
You don't, but you should in some cases.
Yeah.
In some
You
ca-
should,
but that
especially
also-
when you're dealing with people money.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
explain that.
But that kind of trickles down, like not only in band culture, but also in nonprofit, for profit. Like I have business, I have nonprofit. There's sometimes Darrell just gonna say what it is, and I don't have to explain anything, and I'm not gonna explain anything. But then there are other times when it's beneficial. But there are times when you need the headband director to pass it to the drum major and the section leaders, and the people just take it because we got a da 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 da
And
da.
then and it's
And they
different
don't-
with
they're
us.
not old.
It's a different dynamic because it's not like passing down something through the chain of command and I'm at the top and I'm the CEO of this band. We were family. We
Right.
spent too much time together.
Yeah.
Like everybody didn't love everybody. It wasn't always. It's like a real family,
Yeah.
arguing and all that stuff. We were family. Thanksgiving come, we eating together.
Right.
Mhm.
And then
So
we was all trained of a certain culture of like how when we look at you, we didn't look at you as our boss. We had to look at you as the band director. And when you look at the band director, you always taught that from the beginning.
Yeah.
When you first came in the band,
Yeah.
it's the authority. He's the all knowing. He's all of
Yeah.
this. Even the things that you don't
You
agree
learn-
with, you don't
first
go
thing you
against
learn
him.
as the
You
freshman,
don't cross him. You don't
chain
do none of
command.
that.
Yeah.
Like chain of command is important.
Yeah.
So I might be sitting across the table from you, you telling me some stuff I don't like, but because that's beaten
Right.
into us who the band
Yeah.
director is,
Yeah.
I'll let you get off.
And I know we're running over on time, but this is really good. For you, you walk across the stage and then you go right into being assistant band director.
Mhm.
People who you were just marching with, you're now telling them what to do, and that's just that. That's not an easy transition because the juniors that are now seniors, the freshmen that are now juniors, the sophomores that are now juniors, the freshmen that are now sophomores, we were just marching with you.
Yeah.
And now you're this other person. We took shots on Bourbon Street, and
Yeah,
now
definitely.
you're
Can I answer that before he answers?
yeah.
Because he has a better answer than me. But I'm answering it from my perspective because I had to hire him.
Yeah.
And
What
I
made
thought
you-
about this situation. They always respected him through those years.
Mm.
Even when he was a freshman. I can't say what he went through, but he was respected. They knew who he was from day one. He was writing music for the band as a sophomore.
Hmm.
By the time junior came, they knew his name was on it. Sophomore year, his name wasn't on it. It was my name on it. He was ghostwriting. By the time the junior year came, he got it.
Hmm.
So senior year, Mr. J asked me that I should have caught on to that then, but I didn't. Who gonna be your assistant one day? This is 13. He said, if I leave, who'll be your assistant? And I said, probably Brian. I told Mr. J. He thought about it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And at the time, Brian is in what
Because
year?
he could have crushed
Senior.
me. I had much faith.
You're what?
Senior.
He's senior in the band. So when I told Mr. J, Brian, I was a little bit nervous because I didn't want him like, I know he got no, nah, he need to. Mr. J didn't say none of that. I was nervous and he probably could have crushed me, probably made me second guess my decision. But he looked at me, he thought, and he paused. It was like a nervous 15-second pause. He was like, yeah, that can work. He got them. And
That's
he
exactly
gave
how
me
he
the
talked.
confidence. So that set, I was setting the next era up, and I didn't even know it.
Because
For next year, I thought it was. I knew I was gonna be the band director, but I thought it was 2016.
Just imagine,
I didn't know it was gonna be 2014.
like Brian not being there.
if you would have never made that decision, he might not be the band director of Texas Southern today.
Everything's cause and effect, but I think whether I made that decision or not, Brian was already a music major, and he would have been something, and he would have been making some. You can't hide talent. He
Right.
would have been
Yeah.
somewhere high.
Right.
Yeah.
But he like in another universe, in another version
I ain't had no
of
other
this,
choice, but I ain't gonna even sit here and play that because I ain't had no other choice at the time.
Yeah.
You saw the explanation earlier, shaking the chair.
Yeah.
Who am I gonna hire?
You already knew.
He was the first hire.
Yeah.
It was, matter of fact, he wasn't. He was a pizza man.
Yeah.
He tell the story.
Wow.
I'm like, Brian, we gotta wait on HR, but I'm gonna pay you out the foundation.
Yeah.
I think Brian quit his job
I
that
quit
day.
work. I went in and put to Papa John's at like 10 a.m. I was the only delivery driver. I was ready to start my shift. And so like it was like putting everything in. I had to get the pizza. And like I'm in the middle of the delivery. And he called, hey, I need you to come up to the school. HR, they finally gonna run the paperwork. Hurry up and get here. I'm like, all right. So I still had like 3 orders left. I took that shit back to the store.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Say, bro, I got to go fill out some paper. Like, you gotta go fill out paperwork. Like,
What are you doing?
come here. You the only rapper we got. Like, not no more, bro. Like, so yeah, I left that thing. But as far as like the bigger question, what was it like? It was cool, man. I didn't set myself up for failure by trying to be somebody I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have to come in there and be like, y'all just saw me graduate. I was just in the band with y'all last year. Y'all, like you said, we was just on Bourbon. I didn't come in there and a year later.
Yeah.
That's fake as hell.
Yeah.
So I'm
Right.
getting up I think we had a real genuine relationship. I needed them to understand I'm the chef, y'all the ingredients, and we're gonna cook.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're gonna do. And it became more interactive. They became more invested. When they became more invested, I got their mind. And when I had their mind, that was the game plan. So I think that it was really easy for me because I didn't try to fill a space that I couldn't. Like I grew into it quickly too.
Quick, I ain't never telling this story. It was one day I was gone, just around the time I wrecked the car. That's in the book. I came back to practice, and he was on the podium. Y'all was playing Star. You just passed it out. They just polished it.
Yeah.
So they were just standing. You know when they stand up, you got it. And I heard it for the first. And this is like upperclassmen only been like 2 or 3 days. I said, "This is my band," and he up there running my band. And I didn't say it in a jealousy point. I'm like, this is my band. Like, we sound good as I was so happy.
Yeah.
But I think I communicated that in a sense of anger because I didn't want the kids to get full of themselves. Like, hey, y'all got more practice to do. Y'all can sit down. But on the inside, I used to go in my office a lot of times like, shit. Damn. That's that was a time that I had little moments where I can appreciate stuff. Like they'll be in the band hall, him or Dr. Taylor going on with music. I'll be across the street at the bus stop. It's a bus stop across the street from the band hall. You can hear better than when you're in the room. And I'll just be sitting there just thinking about the day and F this person, F that person. And then I just hear the sounds and I'm just in my own world at band practice, enjoying the sounds of my own band. I did that many days. They don't know that.
Wow. Favorite arrangement?
Of his or mine?
Yours.
Of yours. And then of each other's.
Oh Lord. I can't do that. My favorite arrangement of his, I can't do that either. It's too many.
There's so many, bro. So many.
Off the top of your head, first, who you get?
Number one would be something people wouldn't expect because it's not a banger. Brian write a lot of drill songs, so you don't see that in the stands. You don't see him conducting. But number one, just because when I heard it, I said, "This is Southern. This is the sound I wanted." Rock steady, rock steady.
That's my favorite.
And it's so many. I can't pick a second one because what about this one? What about that one? What about this one? But he has so many hits from day one.
And then your own.
You gotta pick one. And
I say favorite my lady.
you know that second
These
half.
3 words.
There we go.
These
That's
3
the one that I
words.
thought you were
I
gonna
like that one too, but Forever My Lady was
It
it.
came to me. These 3 words.
And
It's the story behind it.
No, tell him first of all. Tell them I gave you the song. You always knew what the song was, but
You did.
I'm jogging. It's summer 2016, and he was just like, "Man, I just really want to write something, man. I don't know." He needs a beard scratch. I'm like, "Man, I just been listening to These 3 Words by Stevie Wonder." He was like, "These 3 words from Jungle Fever?" I'm like, "Look, I ain't see Jungle Fever." He was like, "Oh yeah, that's it right
He
there."
did.
Mhm.
But the song,
got
you
it,
know,
bro.
Brian gave me the song.
Wow.
See, I didn't even know
I always
that.
liked the song. I remember from Jungle Fever soundtrack, 91. But my house flooded at that time. I think I wrote the intro.
Yeah.
And I just remember a lot of stuff going on. I was just like, man, then trying to grab in the house flooded. I don't have a house no more, and I'm still trying to write this song. Now I'm finally listening to what Stevie Wonder's saying in the song. And now I'm sitting here crying just like a deer. But yeah.
And that's in the book.
So the meaning of it.
He mentions that.
The meaning of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Brian was the one who brought that song. I was searching for something for the Queen City.
Yeah.
And when he brought that, I knew it was gonna work.
When you wrote that in the book, and for those of y'all that buy Juked at jukedthebook.com or on Amazon, when I read that part, I stopped and I went to YouTube and I watched the video on YouTube of you conducting that song while that was happening. And it was like, wow.
And it's very few times I remember like being in real time on the ladder conducting. I did it a lot, but it's very few times I remember actually how I felt. But in that time, it was slow. I was up there forever, and it was draining. I was sweating. It was draining. And I felt like I put everything I had at that time in that song. And the audience appreciated it. It came out how it came out, but
I definitely did.
It's my favorite because of the meaning, but I have a lot of favorites. It depends on my mood. Like if I want to slap somebody, I had a favorite for that one. If I want to punch somebody, I had a favorite for that one. If I want to just finesse somebody, I had a favorite with that one. So we have categories.
And then
I know your favorite of mine. I know what you gonna say.
Do you? All right. I don't know.
I think I know because you told me you liked it.
I got a few. Because the difference is I'm a Haymer era musician. So a lot of stuff he wrote, I played. Like we had to learn it, like when I was in the band. So there's a lot of stuff I tell him, like, this was fire, so this was fire. And it'd be so insignificant to him. I sent him a clip of Big Things Popping by T.I. the other day. Like, I was like, son, this was one. He was like, oh my God. But I think your overall best body of work outside of These 3 Words is probably I Wish I Wasn't. And you was maturing to something else. Like I was hearing it, I'm like, man, like you ain't never write this close. I didn't understand it in the moment until the texture started coming in. But also, I Wish I Was It was important because he mentioned something earlier. He slowly started to use certain things that we was use. So if you listen to I Wish I Wasn't, you're gonna hear a little bit of Mr. Taylor, a little bit. You listen to I Wish I Wasn't, you're gonna hear a little bit of me in there. You wasn't doing that. Like you was hearing that in the bedroom. And you was like, and it became a natural thing to you. But then you start putting all your own personal touches on it. I Wish I Wasn't made room for These 3 Words. It made room for stuff like Let It Burn and all of that other stuff. And then you was writing stuff in your second half that you felt you was passionate about. You wasn't wasting no time on that. My favorite is I Wish I Wasn't. Just for one, just to be funny. I'm gonna say the one I didn't like, but it was loud. I Hate You.
Oh my God, that was funny.
I hate you.
I hate you.
That is a good one.
Like I'm probably just ignorant, like, but fans love it. For me, my favorite arrangement, I'm weird like that. I think my favorite rap song, I like emo stuff. Like I like August Alsina, so I like Testify. I wrote a song called Song Cry.
Speaking of, that's making a return. I'm seeing that a lot. Testify.
What? For real?
On social media. Like people, that shows you, he wrote that in 14. It wasn't that popular, but the arrangement was banging. But people was just starting to really appreciate it.
True.
Yep.
I mean, they've been appreciating. I want to count that out, but
a lot of people
catching on.
A lot of people weren't aware of my prior career. So they joining band today, and they were like, "Hold on, you're here. Hold on, you was there." And they
Right.
watching
Yeah.
this like a
Yeah.
treasure chest of things.
Yeah.
But my overall favorite arrangement for myself would probably be like "Set Me Free" by Teddy Pendergrass. That's when we didn't get to play it live because it was in COVID, but it's on YouTube. We did it in the band room. That'd be my favorite for me.
Hmm. To wrap it up, if you could go back and speak to yourself at the highlight or the height of your career, what would you tell that Haymer?
That you don't have to figure this thing out.
Hmm.
That you don't have to know it all. Like when you look at your predecessors, you don't know their struggles. You know what they tell you. You don't know how they feel. You just see somebody who you had confidence in. So I have to hold this thing up to the level of Dr. Isaac Greggs or Lawrence Jackson, who both I respect highly. And I wasn't even worthy to be in the same room with them. And now I gotta hold this up. So you are worthy to be in the same room. You are just you ain't gotta figure it out. They had their own fights and struggles too.
Yeah.
So I felt like I wasn't prepared, and I felt like I was the most ill-prepared director that was ever there. Because if it's a lonely leadership is a lonely feeling. No matter how many people encourage you, at the end of the day, you're the one that has to say yes or no, and your yes or no affects what everyone else have to do. My yes affects how he's gonna move. My no affects how he's gonna move.
Yeah.
So you have to take all of that in consideration.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, this has been amazing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This is one of the best interviews like I have seen from Nathan Hamer and also Brian Simmons because they actually talk from a place of sincere, you know? And I do respect Southern a little bit more. Off of just listening to this interview, and there's a lot of things that was said, and there's a lot of things that I could understand, you know, and I can respect the old Southern. And this new Southern, I'm seeing things differently. It's not because they can't play well, it's because I'm so used to hearing a certain way of Southern. It's like now when I hear them now, it's kind of like, okay, eh. But it wasn't like this. See, like, but I also got to remember everybody's not going to have the same ear. Everybody's not going to have that same mindset. So when I say I don't like certain arrangements with Southern, I'm not coming from a place of like hate or nothing like that. It's just I'm so trained and so programmed, used to wake up on every Saturday, Sunday morning, used to wake up on YouTube and look at the fifth quarter or zero quarter from Southern and just know they have bangers like that. You know, I used to wake up. I was in March for A&T. I used to literally, when Tours came out, when they played Tours in 2016, boy, I was sitting in the band room and I said, oh my God. And so now when I'm so used to hearing a certain style, it's like if it don't live up to the expectation, I start to lose a little bit of hope in them. But y'all Southern fans, I don't want y'all to be mad at me. It's just y'all gotta understand where I'm coming from. Like a musician that has the degree, that has the experience, that has the motivation, that can arrange and do all this other stuff. But it's like I feel like if I say one thing, like I had a gentleman literally comment saying, "You don't understand this and that and the third." You can say what you want to say. I'm gonna still be me. If you don't like what I say, you don't have to watch it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. If you upset and you still salty about what I said, I still love you, my brother. Ain't no love lost with that. But remember, find something that you're passionate about and I pray that Nathan he finds him a job that respects him, that value him as a band director. And who knows, he may get be director at Alabama State. Who knows?